I've had a few questions on how to thread the poolin EOM, and I figured I would show you how to thread it, but then also my favorite way to thread it that's going to save a lot of time and just going to be all around faster and better. So I use Richword thread. So the first thing you're going to do is find the thread that you're needing, and you're going to put this on your machine. So each little place where you put your thread at is with a number on your machine, so you want to follow that. And then the first thing you're going to do is take it up through the back. And then you have holes that you're going to take it through, like so. And then you're going to come to your first tension dial, and there's a little tiny hole behind here that we're going to put that in. Make sure it goes through that. And then I like to grab it like this tightly and place it under that tension disc. Your trickiest part, but with time it comes quicker and quicker. So your machine is going to come with this tool right here. Make sure you keep this because you will need it. So it's got a little hook on the end, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your little windy phone cord looking tube. If that don't show my age, I don't know what will. And then you're just going to guide that right through there and let it come out on the opposite end and just let it drop like so. Now you're going to take your thread from up here, and I like to twist it a few times just to make sure it's on there, and then pull it up tightly. And then all we're going to do is now take that through there and just wind it all the way down, and it will come out the end. And now this may come undone, that's completely okay, but you just want to make sure that you're going to put that thread back under that tension disc on this tension knob. And then you're going to take your tube, you're going to click it there, and then right here. And then now you've got that part done. Now we're going to move down to your main part. You've got this little clip right here. You're going to want to hold that up on one side, take your thread under that little clip, and then you're done with that part. Now you're going to follow it down, and you've got one little rod right here. You're just going to kind of hold that behind there. You're going to come underneath this tension disc, half circle, and then you have a rod underneath this. You're going to take your thread up and over, and now you have this tension threaded. So now we're going to come down, and you got a hook right here. You're going to take your thread behind that hook, okay, and then you've got your little knob right here. You're going to take it half circle around, up, over the bigger circle, down, and over that knob, this little peg right there. You've got another one of these clip devices, so you're going to go under that and let it go. When you get to this part, you're going to follow your thread all the way down, and you have this little device right here, and you're going to take your thread, the end of it, and what you're going to do is you're going to go through one side of this. So you're going to go through one side of this. This is a little bit tricky, but you can get it done. Okay, once you go through one side, you're going to grab that thread, pull it out, and then you can see that you are through that side, just that side. We're not going through the other. Then you're going to come back, grab the end of your thread, and you have got a black little circle spring looking thing that will move, and you're going to go through it. So now you can see that you're through it because I can move that up and down. Grab the end of your thread again, and you're going to come up through the other side of this now. And you're just going to grab that thread, go up with it, and then you're coming back up here now. Once again, bottom of thread through the hole on your needle gauge. I think that's what that's called. So now you can see when I lift these, this lifts, and also this little black spring right here will lift. You're going to come back down with it, and you have a little hole right back in here. And we're going to take the end of our thread and we're going to go through that hole. And then we're almost done. Now we're going to the bottom. So you've got your purple little holes right here. You're going to take your thread through that. And this will also tell you right here what needle you're at. So after you get that through there, now you're moving to the bottom. And I like to take my presser foot and just push it down for this part. And you're going to take your thread behind that little hook right there, like so. And you're just going to follow it down. And this is where you're going to stick your thread through your needle. Sometimes you'll have to grab some scissors and get the little frillies off the end. You're going to stick your thread through the needle. Then you're going to take it back up and you're going to stick it through the hole in your presser foot. And then you're just going to take it and hook it on to your spring. And you are good to go. You are threaded. I'm going to show you how I like to do my tie-ins. So I will cut the spool that was already there, and see we have the blue thread hanging. And you're going to grab your new spool of thread. You're going to take it. Try to get these knots as tight as you can, or when you go to pull through, it will come undone and then you're stuck having to rethread your machine. So just like that right there. After you get it on here, you're going to find your needle that you've done. And so I put that on needle 10. So now you're just going to take it and you're just going to pull it right through and see it coming down through, and then pop it through the needle. Cut off your excess.